I'm back again, once again with a new video. This is the Space Cowboy coming at you with Fallout 76. Played a little bit on Twitch earlier, have only just set up YouTube streaming properly, so it's now streaming directly to YouTube. So hello YouTube. Sorry, just taking a drink there. So, Fallout 76. I said to my buddy Ed I was sold on the game after watching a stream, and then directly unsold by Jim Sterling's basically impression of this game. He played Fallout 76 on PS4, like I'm playing now. Gonna have to disagree with him. I've not had glitches. Booted from the game once after being disconnected from server. Having a good time. He talks about the wasteland being empty, but there is a reason that Bethesda have written that into the kind of narrative that is going along with Fallout 76. There's a reason it's empty, because society hasn't started to rebuild yet. This is you exiting the vault and you are looking to rebuild. However, while you're doing that, you found out that people are being infected by large beasts. If you've watched the trailers or seen the 5-second trailer that I hate that YouTube puts on everything, I understand you need them. I hate them, but I put them on my videos, and that sounds really bad, I know. But so what am I looking at here? It says I'm over encumbered there, but I don't understand that. So let's have a look. I'm not over encumbered. Anyway, so oh, there's someone there. Hello. So basically, if you've watched this advert where you see the live action people and all of a sudden this big beast is in front of them, that's actually part of the plot. Those things are infecting survivors and turning them into things called Scorched, who are a step down from ghouls. Here's one here. This will give you an example of it. Hello. You've got a gun. You're not quite a ghoul, but you're not quite a talking ghoul, so bullets. So I don't agree with his assessment of it, but again, it's personal opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. He doesn't like a lot of it. He has a hatred for Ubisoft that goes, I mean, Konami, he despises them. He hates Ubisoft games because they're all very similar, and I 100% understand that, because they are. I mean, if you look at a few Ubisoft games, there was a good few years there where all the games were climb to the top of something high, synchronize viewpoints, look at all these little icons, go do something at them, and it was all good. So 100%. But I don't agree with him here. I actually quite enjoy this game. What I've played so far, at least, I've been enjoying. It's been interesting. This is an interesting world to explore. That's what I like about it. And a lot of people disagree about that, but I think what they've created here is very interesting to take a look around. There have been minor little glitches here and there, but nothing that's took me out of the game or broken the game for me. Now, to give you an example, I was playing Fallout 4 the other day, and I was in an area, and all I did was I jumped up on top of something to get somewhere. I just jumped on top of this thing. It was like a little, if I see one here, I'll point it out to you. Let me think here. A little trolley, like one over there. I jumped on top of it to get access to something that was in the way. My head got stuck in the ceiling in Fallout 4. I had to reload a save. Now I went to the first quick save, and it reloaded me right back on top of the said trolley. So my quick save, the auto save that it had done, it actually saved me on top of this thing, that had stuck me in the game. I actually had to reload the save that was like 10 minutes back, which for where I was actually quite a lot of progress. So I've not had that happen yet here, so cross fingers. Oh, I'm suffering from swamp itch now. Swamp itch. How did I end up with swamp itch? No, I didn't, sleep with the wrong person. I didn't scratch myself where I shouldn't have. I wanted to start the game about, oh, there's a bubblehead, about 10 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, I should say. I wanted to stop the game for a bit. I had some stuff I needed to take care of, and I couldn't keep playing, and you can't pause this game. So, if it had just been a single-player game, I probably would have paused it, walked away, maybe put the PS4 into rest mode, whatever. But you can't do that in this game. So I went into an area, there was another player there, there was a couple of bedrolls on the floor. I grabbed one, laid down on it, and it said, and as I was logging out, it said, you've now contracted swamp itch. Luckily, I have in here my aid, a thing called Cure Disease, Disease Cure, which, look at that. You've recovered from swamp itch. Fantastic. Right, so, where was I in this game? Oh, you're pretending to be one of those guys, yeah, it's okay. As you go through the game, you'll probably notice there's a lot of, like, green statue-looking guys. They're actually, those things I've been killing are scorched. They are the ones that were infected with the disease. When they get to basically the final kind of stage of their disease, they turn into those things, which is death. They basically become like immortalized by just lying there or standing wherever they are, and it's quite horrific. I've not seen it happen, but they've peppered enough in to tell you, yeah, that's exactly what happens if you become one of the scorched. And what you're trying to do is find a way to inoculate yourself from it. Now that is an armor suit right there, and I'm going to grab that if I can. There's a scorched around here somewhere. Okay, so I can't use that just now. Right, okay, so I can't use that. What I'm going to do is take the fusion core though, because that is always handy. Take that. It's a shame, I would have liked to have had that as well, because I am struggling with what I'm carrying at the moment. What I really need to do is set up a home base, which I've not been able to do as yet. I mean, I can do it, I've just not found anywhere where I want to do it. Alright, okay. So, set up a home base. You go into this and what you've got is something called move camp. And it costs, because I'd set up a base elsewhere, and because I thought that would be a good way to save the game. It's not. And what you do is you put that down. That gives you access to crafting. You can build crafting tables, build bedrolls, as long as you've got the gear for it. You've also got a stash box that you can stick things into. It's quite handy in that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fling some things in there just now. I'm going to put some of the boiling water in because I don't need as much boiling water. Sunglasses in. Storage. Yeah, there we go. just click it and yeah, it's kind of... Because what you really do need in this is you need basically space to store stuff. Gas mask I'll keep on me, gunpowder I'll keep that because I can make ammo with that. I'll put that away because that... And what you find in this game is if you pick up meat, this doesn't happen in any other Fallout, well, it doesn't happen in Fallout 3, 4 or New Vegas, but if you pick up meat, what happens is that meat will degrade over time. So you think to yourself, oh, I've got some mole rat, like I've cooked that so that won't degrade over a while. But if you pick up like fresh meat off like a mole rat, what it'll do is it'll go, well, you've got this mole rat meat, but see if you don't use it, say bye-bye to it because it's going to get nasty soon. And then it'll degrade and it'll become spoiled and there's no point in carrying spoiled meat. I ended up having to throw a ton of it earlier because I just carried it and left it. Nuka Tapper is a kind of version of a game called Beer Tapper. I never played it, apparently it's a big thing anyway, so yeah. What a holotape. How they're really giving you the plot and stories in this game is through these tapes. You'll find tapes that someone's put like these. This is my last will and testament, blah blah. You know, all that kind of thing, and yeah. Excuse me. It can be quite interesting, and at other times it's quite harrowing. Like when you see what people have went through, and they're not real people, but you're like, you start to get interested in like, geez, oh, they went through this. I mean, you're just in a crazy world where mad stuff's happening, but these people in this game, they didn't, to them it's not a game. They're like, you know, we're stuck in this world, and you know, I just had to shoot someone in the head to get this, that, and the other, and it's all things like that. It's quite, it can be quite, you know, a big thing when you, put it that way. It can be quite harrowing if you're in the wrong state of mind playing it. Because if you're in the wrong state of mind playing this game, you're gonna want to just jump off something very high very soon. Because it's like, geez, I had one earlier where a woman was rabbiting away about how, oh, those people were so nice giving out the food and things, but you know, I just think of my grandchildren in the vault, and you're like, geez, oh, no, your grandchildren hate you, they've went in the vault and left you out here, and she's acting like it's the best thing in the world, and you're just like, you're an idiot, they hate you, you know, it can be quite, the stories are a bit all over the place. Some have got that really dark comic edge, which Fallout is brilliant when it nails it. Other times it's just depression. It's like watching 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. It's why I can't watch The Walking Dead, because it's just depression after depression. Plus, the thing about The Walking Dead that a lot of people don't get is they all gone about all the villains have created The Walking Dead, Negan and the biggest villain, no, I'm not going to get into it, but the biggest villain in The Walking Dead is not Negan, it's not the guy that bashed that guy's head in with a baseball bat, it's Rick Grimes. I've said this from the very beginning, even in the comics, Rick Grimes is the biggest villain in The Walking Dead. And the best thing they could have done with Rick Grimes is have him die. Like, he becomes the thing he hates by becoming a zombie, and they have to put him down. It should be Negan that puts him down or something like that, but no, instead he's went off somewhere in a helicopter, and there's going to be spoilers, and there's going to be 3 movies about him because everyone loved Rick Grimes for some goddamn reason. I actually hate that show, and the comic isn't much better. Like, I get it, a lot of people like it because it's like, oh, the horrors of the zombie apocalypse, but you know what, I can't watch a show where all it is depression, 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 depression. Breaking Bad was kind of like that, but Breaking Bad has its high points. Breaking Bad has some really amazing high points because you're just like, it had an end. Breaking Bad had an end. Walking Dead doesn't have an end. Like, the creator came out in an interview shortly after Walking Dead started and went, there's never going to be a cure, you're never going to find out how it happened. They quickly went back on that by doing the show Fear the Walking Dead, which kind of tells you what happened. And he's now said, oh yeah, there's going to be, oh, someone set up a trap for me. He's now come out and said there is going to be an end, there's going to be a cure to the zombie disease. But anyway, this isn't how The Walking Dead will call it. Whenever I talk about this, me and my sister are the exact same. Whenever we get talking about The Walking Dead, we both agree.
Heads up, responders. The food processing machines at Mama Dolce's have finally cooled down enough to work again. I've set them up to make cans of stew using the ingredient containers spread around the factory. The machines make a hell of a racket, so you'll probably get some unwanted guests.
Yeah, so whenever I get talking, like me and my sister get talking about The Walking Dead, we always get really, you know, it's like, God damn it, The Walking Dead, because Rick Grimes, big villain, and it's like, that's the way we get about it, but, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but, yeah, so, what I've walked into is an event, and as you can see, the event has got 19 minutes and 10 seconds left, so what you're meant to do in the event is do everything it asks, and you get like experience and points and things, but I'm really not going to do the event. I'll do events later on in the game once I've leveled up some more, but what I am going to do is look and see what I've got. And the game's frozen, so this is the first. Oh, okay, so it just took a while to okay, so I could go to that factory and do the event, because there's all different things here. What I'm actually going to do is go to Morgantown High School, which is this way. I'm going to go there. The event can wait. I'm facing in the right direction. Kind of. Go this way. I'm not doing the event, definitely not. So as you can see there, I've leveled up. What I'm going to do is find a short area where I know I'm not going to be attacked, and do my level up. I'm not quite understanding the level up system 100%. I'm not grasping it, so to speak. Oh, alright. And VATS doesn't work the same way either. VATS is kind of a snap too, but it's not 100%. It kind of gives you the area where it's like, the way I would explain it is, it's exactly what VATS is meant to do if you put it in real life. It's vault assisted targeting, so you're hit by something target, and it's pointing you in the right direction to target. It's kind of snapping you to your target. It's telling you how much of a percentage you've got. Weapon, but it's the best one. So I'm not 100% getting the leveling system yet. It's going to take a while for me to get used to it, because it's cards, perk cards you get. I do like that though. Okay, so level up. You've unopened them. Yeah, so we'll open up the perk. So it's a stack of cards it gives you, and a joke at the end. There's this little joke. You get like this stick of gum as well, so it's meant to be, what do you call it, porcupine love affair, murder suicide. You get it. Okay, so you've got so what you've done is you've opened up the cards, and if you go through all your different special traits, you can see there that how many cards you can stack on. So you can stack up to 3 of these onto your perks. Now let's have a look. I've got 2 of them. So I'll take a higher rank card because I was able to fuse the cards together. So what I've done is I've put that on top of the Gladiator perk. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back in because I'm not finished. And then you've got 40% of the extra meat on a corpse, lead belly, 30. So what I'm going to do is, I've not got enough available points, so I can't move anything there. Lone Wanderer, because I like to adventure alone, so I'm always going to keep that attached. And so basically up here you can see this shows you how much you can put into it. I've got an unused point here, so as you level up you'll get more things that you can put in, and I'm pointing to the screen, I shouldn't be, but I can't do that because it's level 9, so I'm not able to use that one just yet. I've got an unused point in perception, so what I'm going to do is just fling that on there. I might as well use it. So what I'm going to do is go into the school, because I have a mission in there. It's a personal mission, personal matters mission, which basically means it's the overseer of the vault that I was working in has gone to our hometown and is kind of walking around and leaving little messages everywhere. So I'm just gonna go to that and have a wee look. So let's have a look in here. Now, I'm not going to be playing for much longer because Bethesda are bringing down the servers in about an hour for maintenance. So I'll play for a little bit, then I'll stop. I'll play something else. Probably won't stream it though. But yeah. So there's ghouls that are in here now. Okay. Ghouls I can handle. Problem is, I'm in the school. Let's see how much. I'm not too bad with my stuff that I'm carrying. I'll be able to pick up a lot of stuff. The problem is, I'm a pack rat kind of person. I carry a lot of stuff because I'm like, oh, I can junk that. Oh, I can junk that. And in Fallout 4, this is gonna sound really bad, but in Fallout 4, I have a mod equipped to make my weight, like my capacity that I can carry, huge. I have a ton. I mean, I can carry everything because I like to carry everything I can. Carry as much weapons as I can, as much ammo as I can. Plus, I like to carry a lot of supplies and junk to upgrade my settlements and Fallout 4. Of which I only have one. This is a problem with ghouls. And of course, it targets the one farthest away. Why would you do that? They keep doing that. Okay, so I'll probably need a drink in a minute, just to keep my thirst down. But there is another ghoul that got away. Where did you go? I don't know where he went to. He ran down these stairs at least. I would feel better if he was dead. There you are, you're up there again. You went up. And you're down. Oh. Put that down. Alright, let's look at this terminal now. Maintenance log. State corrupted. Okay. Can't do much there. I have a stim pack. Now, this is giving me 45 damage. This would give me 50. I don't think I've got a lot of bullets. No, I've not got a lot of bullets for that. Compact should give me 45, so I'll go with this for now. I'm wanting as much damage as possible. Simulation vault entrance. Total loss of life. So they simulated living in a vault and ended up dying because of it. It's the thing I always like about Fallout 3. 4 not so much. Fallout 3, New Vegas does a tiny bit, but Fallout 3 you get to see what inside a vault was like. Because Fallout 4 it's a bit of a tease with the vault. It's like, yeah, you're going into a vault and everything's going to be fine. Go in this little pod to decontaminate. Sick, you're sleeping. And boom, you sleep for 200 years, your son's killed, your wife's killed, blah blah blah. You know, all that jazz. But Fallout 3, you live in the vault. So you get to see what it was like, and you get to go back. Plus, you get to explore other vaults that have failed, and I like that as well. I thought that was very interesting. It's pretty cool that they can do that kind of thing, like show you it, and then you find out if you've played the older Fallout games like Fallout 1 and I think 2 tells you the real story, that 99% of the vaults were experiments, like social experiments, like it's gonna sound really bad. Vault 69 had, I think it was 500 women and 1 man or something like that. It was like something really completely wacky, and they would do like one where they were giving them hallucinogens and the air supply and things like that, and it's really cool stuff. Because you think that the vaults were to help people, and it turns out it was just wacky social experiments. Despite the fact that nuclear war was going on and the whole world was being wiped out, we're gonna put people in a vault and essentially fuck with them for a bit. Guess what? You're in here. You're gonna be in here for the rest of your life. But while you're in here, we're gonna have a little fun with you. And the people don't know that. They're like in the vault thinking everything's hunky-dory, and all of a sudden, like, there's like, you suddenly realise, the one guy there realised there's 500 women, and they're all looking at him like, you're the only guy here. We're either gonna, if we want to, have any children in here, it's got to be you doing it. Monogamy is not an option. So it's very interesting that they did things like that, and I'm sure there's like a book somewhere, or a website that if you go onto, you'll be able to find out what all the other vaults were, or at least some of them. But it's very interesting. There's a vault suit, but it won't let me pick it up. Nuka-Cola. Love the idea of Nuka-Cola. I'm addicted to Pepsi Max in real life, and every time I see Nuka-Cola, I just go, I want to try that. And I know for a fact that they gave out, at like press events, they gave out like Nuka-Cola and stuff. I'd love to try it. Problem is, I know it would probably just be Coca-Cola or something. The problem with Coca-Cola is it actually makes me physically ill. If I have Coca-Cola, I tummy bug because of it. So yeah, let's hope it is. So that's just more simulation stuff. So this is the Overseer's log. Let's see what we've got here. So if you read all these, you're gonna reach out to. So okay, so this is basically gonna show you the kind of social breakdown. I like that flavor stuff, but to be honest, a game like this, I'm really not gonna be reading a lot of it because I want to progress and see what happens next, story-wise. It's neat they have little stories like that everywhere, so you can see what anarchy kind of reigns, but I'm not gonna read through all of that. There was a cool one in Fallout 4 and it was basically, it showed you office politics down to a T. I'm not kidding, it was so funny. It was like, if that bitch Angie says something again, I'm gonna take my pencil and shove it through our forehead or something. It was so crazy. It was just a guy that was getting so angry at the office politics going around him. He threatened violence on a woman for just spreading lies. Absolutely insane. I'm trying to find the overseer log. I thought she might have left it in the vault somewhere, but it doesn't appear to be the case. You know, familiar surroundings and all that. Let's have a look here. Am I in the wrong bit of it? I am. I'm in Vault Tech University. I'm not in the high school. Silly me. I was wondering why there was a simulation vault in the high school.